Hello! We are here at Eagle Evenings with Dr. Green, everyone's favorite. I'm so excited to do this episode, but let's just get right into the episode, and I want to ask you, Dr. Green, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, my name is Casey Green. I am a history teacher at LSMSA. I've been here for 8 years. I got my PhD from the University of Connecticut and my bachelor's degree from Hamilton College. So I lived in the Northeast for 10 years before I came back here. I'm also an alum of this illustrious institution.
Yes, you are. Dr. Green, for those of you who don't know, is an LSMSA alum. She went here in...
I graduated in 2005.
Graduate of 05. I was not even born yet.
I know. I know. It's wild. It's wild.
What was your time here as a student?
Overall, I think it's really similar still to what y'all are experiencing. I do have one story to tell you about a faculty member who's still here. His name is Mr. Berkman. He, one time in pre-cal, gave me an 89.4 and didn't round it up to an A, and it's one of only 2 B's I received at the school. I'm still a little bit salty about it.
Yeah, but now Dr. Green is head of humanities, Mr. Berkman, so how about that? Boom. So speaking of head of humanities, that's interesting. That's actually crazy. So can you illuminate some of your life as the head of humanities?
So, from a student perspective, head of the humanities doesn't necessarily mean a lot. Mostly it's an administrative role, which means that I go to a lot of meetings and do a lot of paperwork on behalf of the department. But in exchange for that, I get to get out the awards on senior recognition night, and I'm looking forward to that.
You get to give out the Gonfloniere.
Gonfloniere.
Dr. Francis will know that. She loves saying that word. So you're head of humanities, and humanities, for those of you who don't know, is English and history. And so I want to ask you, the famed history professor, history doctor here at LSMSA, why did you go into history?
I actually went into history because of LSMSA. Like a lot of students here, I arrived at school thinking that I was a STEM kid. Then I took Mr. Berkman's class and realized I was not a STEM kid. I also took chemistry that year too. Not a STEM kid, but I loved history. I just thought that thinking about how people in the past lived and what motivated them to do their actions, that just fascinated me. So I did a distinction project my senior year, and that's really where I fell in love with historical research. So I went to Hamilton College because they had a really good history program, and I thought I wanted to major in that, and I majored in that and classical languages. And then I was like, I have two college degrees in history, in Greek and Latin. What do I do with that? I go to grad school. So then I went to grad school. But yes, I absolutely love history, and I love studying people in the past and all their motivations and why they do the nonsensical stuff they do.
I know you're famous for your opinion on what is it, Puritans?
Puritans!
Your love for Puritans?
Puritans are my favorite dead people. They're so weird. They're so weird. So my dissertation is about 18th century New England, so Puritans are within my research realm, and they're just they're really rigid, but they're really sort of just like, they're trying so hard to be nice, but getting it all wrong. But they're trying real hard, but also they have a witch hunt. Like, it's very complicated for them, and I love that about them.
It's just like us here at Ellis were saying.
Yeah. Don't have a witch hunt.
That's real. That's raw. That's how you know this is real and filmed in the real HSB. That was a real unscheduled beat. But speaking of real and unscheduled, we're gonna go now to our segment for this month, which I totally know what it is and did not forget to film one. So we're gonna go right now and we'll be right back. We're back! How'd you like our segment? If we had one. I don't know if we will, but hopefully we do. Anyways, we're gonna start off with something light, but stay tuned because there's about me. I just want to ask you, Dr. Green, about many people know that you are married to beloved Ellis Massey history teacher, Dr. Bowden, and you also have recently, you have a little baby named Jonathan, who we love. So I want to know about, any information you can divulge on that.
Yeah, Dr. Bowden and I have been married for almost 10 years. We met in college when we were babies. And now we have a baby, and Jonathan is awesome, and I'm sure he will be at Ellis Massey often.
And we will indoctrinate him.
Yes, yeah, I fully expect you all to indoctrinate my child.
He will know. He will know everything. But that's picture of Jonathan. Can we get a picture of Jonathan right here? Editing magic. Okay. Anyways, speaking of your past, because you got married in the past. Speaking of your past, this is one of my favorite questions to ask. Do you have any Dr. Green themed history horror stories that you can share with us?
It's not a history-themed horror story, but it is a horror story about, I forget, like 6-7 years ago, sounds about right.
So no one we know.
No,
So it's okay. So it's okay.
I was, our students, some of them chose to get on a sugar daddy's website. Yes, they were getting people to deliver them pizzas to my kiddo. At the time, this was obviously an issue that had to be solved. Then the students got very angry and said that we were anti-feminist. So then I guess they just relate to my class because then we had a discussion in, I think it was my gender class, about sort of what feminism was. That was an interesting time on campus.
Wait, so was it like sugar daddies here in Natchitoches?
I don't know the details. I didn't want to know the details. But apparently, it was on the internet.
Eagle Evenings does not support doing that. Please don't go on sugar daddy websites.
Dr. Green does not support that either.
You heard it here first.
No.
Speaking of students that we don't know, this might be a student that we do know. Is there any, not necessarily one that you miss, but a student maybe that you miss, or one that was like went the classic above and beyond, just a student that you think about a lot maybe?
Yeah, I think there was a student, she started the first year I started here. She was my first work service student. We were very close while she was here. I think about her often. We still text frequently, so I'm still in communications with her. So yeah.
So is there anything that, like, I don't know, made her stand out to you maybe?
Not particularly. It's just that we were particularly close while she was here. So like that relationship, I've just remained close to her, and I think there's something special that like she started when I first started. So like she was a student when I was trying to figure
you
out
both learned
what I was doing here.
That's actually really, I don't know, that's the first work service student, and I think that's really interesting because, for those of you who don't know, I'm Dr. Green's work service, one of 4, but also the best.
Obviously.
Boom! I'm using that. That's gonna be somewhere. That was good. But, I don't know, this is a nice place to stop. So do you have anything that you wanna, I don't know, say before we close this episode?
My advice to you all, do your homework, behave yourselves, stay off sugar daddy websites.
If there's 3 things you take away from Dr. Green: homework, behave, don't get a sugar daddy.
Yes.
So, I think this has been a very interesting episode, and I'm glad that you guys, obviously I'm glad you guys watched, but I'm so glad that you came here, Dr.
Thank
Green.
you.
I'm glad you took the time to be on our show. I think this was this is a great show, so I'd ask everyone to give it up for Dr. Green, please. Woo! Yeah! And that has been Eagle Evenings, and thank you for watching. Thank you for watching Dr. Green, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye!